everyone. Happy Monday. I hope everyone's doing okay and keeping up with all their classes and their assignments. This week, we are going to get started on our first reading in our workshop. So follow along while I log in. And we are on our third workshop, which is all about dystopian societies. Last week, we looked over some vocab words to just get a better understanding of some of the things we're going to be learning about as we read through some of our texts. So we are on page 130 and 131. So you can look on your RealBook app, or you can just follow along with me as I read our text today. So before we get started on our reading, we are going to look at our questions first. So I am going to zoom in, and we're going to take a look at the three questions that we're going to be answering today after we read our text. The first one, what is the main idea of this text? So that's your thinking job for today. As I read, you are going to be thinking about what is the main idea. Next question, list 3 essential details in this text. You're just going to list the 3 details. So those are our only 2 questions for today, and that is the only thing that you're going to have to be working on this week besides your reading log. So piece of cake. So let's get started. We're going to read together, and then I'm going to have those questions listed in a Google Doc for you guys to answer. This text is called World's Gone Wrong by Jennifer Johnson. Picture this. You live in a small town. Each year, you and your neighbors gather for a special event. Everyone is friendly. Then suddenly, your neighbors turn into a violent mob. Or this, the world appears to be perfect. There is no poverty or war. Everyone is equal, but you have no choices. Even your future has been decided for you. Sounds pretty bad, right? Fortunately, these are imaginary situations. They exist only in a type of fiction called dystopian literature. Life in a dystopia is usually miserable. Maybe a war is raging. Often evil people rule. Individuals have no freedom or choice. They cannot escape. A utopia is the opposite. It's a perfect world where everyone in a utopia is happy. Where do dystopian writers get their ideas? Sometimes they are inspired by real-life events. For example, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins tells about life after a brutal war. The world is bleak. People are poor and hungry. That could be real life. But then the author adds fear and conflict to the story. She invents a world in which young people are chosen to compete in a reality show. They must fight to the death to honor their districts. Only one person can survive. Today, dystopian fiction is popular among teens. Why? There are several reasons. A teen blogger says young people are rebellious. They like to read about teens fighting the system. Another teen comments that dystopian fiction helps her escape her own problems. One teen thinks dystopias are scary. You wonder, he says, could this ever happen to us? Of course it couldn't. Or could it? Okay, so after reading that, go back and answer these 2 questions in your Google Doc today. What is the main idea of this text? List 3 essential details in this text. If you have any questions or you need help with any of this, come to the Zoom meetings every week and I'll be there to help you with everything. All right? Thanks, guys. I look forward to hearing all of your responses and seeing you all soon.